when you looked at this space, I kind of, when we see the staged version of the video, you'll be able to get into why and how you did that. But here you go. It's just a big blank canvas, right?
I looked at this and thought, oh my God, look at all these bookcases.
Yeah.
I was like, how do we make this look modern and today and speak to today's buyers with all the wood and all the bookcases, how not to clutter it, but yet show the beauty and the uniqueness of it. So this to me was a harder room. We didn't want to overdo it. There is a very fine line between what looking good and overdoing it, not doing enough. So we did decide to focus on just a couple areas of this room and leave some of these bookcases empty. Yeah. So it just didn't become a massive amount of clutter. And we are selling the bookcase. So, we keep it super simple.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a gorgeous office, right?
Super unique. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen an office that looks like this with a little balcony, the sitting room. I mean,
so up here, guys, when we first walked in here, there was that staircase we saw, right? Well, that staircase, that winding staircase leads up to here and this is a library upstairs. Right. It's a second floor library. And I mean, it's a library.
Right. So you would walk in this house and you're like, if you were not a collector or you didn't have all these, you're like, what do I do with this space? Yeah. So there is there's a good and a bad here. So our job is to make it look like every buyer wants it. Every buyer could use it. Take out this weird objection that would be, what would I do with this space? Let's show them. And then we look at every room. Where is there an objection? Yeah. And can we fix it?
Yeah. So this is it unstaged, guys. And now we're going to take a look at what happened when Margaret staged this. So I want to stop it right here real quick and take a look at this, because the thing how you said, there's a lot of bookcases in here and we're trying to figure out, what do we do with all these bookcases? Well, if you notice here, Margaret put one item in this entire book. And I love this because it draws your eyes to the beauty of that woodwork and the bookcase as surrounding the fireplace. But it's not overwhelming. It's not a bunch. It's not like my house where on every one of those shelves you have like 3,000 things, right?
Funny thing is, I didn't really want that thing. It ended up there because we don't want to make it look odd, but there it is. So yeah. It is. We're not perfect either. So I didn't think it was perfect. I'm glad you thought it was okay.
I loved it because it brought your eye to that detail of these, bookcases and then the fireplace, but it didn't overwhelm you with things on every shelf and books on every shelf and things. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm going to let this roll a little bit and talk about the seating arrangement and exactly, how you came up with this.
First thing we did was add a rug. So we really wanted to ground the space. The rugs kind of identify the room size, can make it feel bigger, make it feel smaller. So we needed the appropriate size rug, also lightened the room up. So there was a lot of wood on wood. We do always try to balance the hard and the softscape. So this room had no softscape at all. So that part that makes it feel warm and welcoming is the softscape. So we did that first. And then we used their desk. So you can see we did stuff in the bookcases over here. We try to make things look either finished or leave it alone. So, so basically, the scale of the furniture that we brought in was very large.
Yeah. I sat in that chair when I was doing an open house. And I was going to do a little video of myself, and we all know I'm vertically challenged. I sat in that chair and I felt like, one of the Lilliputians from whatever that movie was. It funny.
Gulliver's Travels, baby.
Yeah, it's funny. Funny is all I